Welcome back,
to Unfiltered with
Mama Sita.
NG. How y'all doing? It's been a minute, I know.
Couple months.
Couple months. It has. Couple months have went by. Some things have changed up, switched up. Still retired. Still not working. It's been 5 months. And life is getting better. But with that being said, and today's topic is pretty much the last 2 months. The struggles.
Mental health check.
Yeah, a life reality check. Just the struggle of why we've been absent, and put this on a pause for a minute, and we'll dive into that a little bit further into in depth.
So how has your mental health been since we've caught up a little bit since you retired, but in the last 2 to 3 months?
It's been a roller coaster, like more than it should have been, and it's been more of a down. It felt like even though we've been trying to go up, right? It's been like felt like this, but we're definitely rebounded the last couple weeks, right? But my mental health is really good. I was supposed to have an appointment today, group session, but the actual therapist had to cancel. So it's been 3 weeks since our last group session, and I think I'm on week 5, maybe 6 of this 8-week session or group therapy. But no, my mental health is really good. I think my biggest struggle right now is your mental health, right? Making sure that you're good, making sure that you had everything that you needed, right? So your mental health, because again, your mental health eventually rubs off on me and mine, you, so vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So, but like besides that, my biggest thing is I guess finding myself right now. I haven't worked in the last 5 months. It's been amazing. Don't get me wrong, right? It's been fucking amazing. But kids are expensive and they're still in the house. And senior year and high school years are quite expensive. And we're just not there fully yet to where the financial freedom that we want. So
we're discussing some stuff.
Yeah, we're discussing some stuff. We're not just discussing. We're moving forward with stuff as well. So it's just obviously time, paperwork, and stuff like that, right? But it's not. We're discussing stuff. We're moving forward with stuff, and it's going to be a change of. It could be a very and it's not going to be disruptive to our mental health or anything like that, because the crazy thing about it is that that's what we've been talking about, and that's like we've been discussing the future more so frequently the last couple weeks than we were when we were both dealing with our mental plateau. That's where we're at. I would again. We're here until the kids leave, so we have to do whatever that is, and we have to do whatever we have to do to make it work until the kids are situated. But life is good. My mental health is good. I think I am doing really good. I'm actually nervous for this group session to end, or series to end, because the fact that I think my therapist, my primary therapist, is like kind of pushing me away further and further. which is like, okay, well, that's cool, right? Because first it was like, well, we could talk every 2 weeks, right? Because it was weekly and it was like 2 weeks. Then she pushed it to monthly, and now she's like pushing it to like, well, you're in this other group. I don't want to overwhelm you. So again, I think I'm doing good.
It's not overwhelmed. She doesn't want to, like butt heads or whatever
And I get
with
it.
what you're doing in the group session to possibly set you back in either therapy.
Understandable, and we also talked about this last time we were in therapy with her, and you said, well, that ultimately the end game is so there is no more therapy, right? And we kind of chuckled and like, yeah, that's ultimately so. It's just one of the things where I finally got comfortable with talking to somebody, and actually the group therapy is a little bit more helpful in my opinion too, because I feel like I'm helping the other veterans in the group as well, because I'm so boisterous and they talk back and forth and use me as an example and stuff. So it's good. But what about you?
My mental health has been struggling a lot lately.
No shit.
Yeah. I've said it in previous episodes that
Do you need to lighten up?
something's been off, and that I've felt depressed, but I didn't realize how bad it actually was. But I'm in therapy now and finally got that set up. Finally found a therapist that I am clicking with, I guess you could say. It's all virtual, which I don't have an issue with. I prefer in person, but with us traveling and all that stuff, plans for future, virtual is just easier because I can still have my appointments wherever we are. But finding the right therapist is the tricky part, because you hope that the first one you are matched with is the one, like you clicked with your therapist at the VA, and it's like, that's awesome. I clicked with my very first one 10 years or 15 years ago, however long it was. It wasn't that long. 10 plus years ago. But getting back into it, you don't want to have to repeat your story all over again because you're trying to find the right therapist. Yeah. It's just annoying. But thankfully, second round was the one so far. I've had 2 appointments with him, and it seems to be going better than the 2 appointments I had with the other one. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, let's dive deep, right? Mm-hmm. Or what have been some of the root causes of your decline and my decline? I can't necessarily talk for you, but I mean, obviously mine is being distant. We feel extremely distant from our family, but realizing that, right, and understanding that, right, it's hard, right, but just understanding it and realizing it and just accepting it, it is what it is, you know, it's very unfortunate, and let me rephrase that. It's unfortunate and it's a blessing at the same time that the military brought us here to Florida, right? And it's gotten us to where we're at today in our lives and in our kids' lives. Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing, but at times, yes, it is. There's negative things to everything in life, right? And the biggest thing right now is that we miss our family, and we get it. It's a two-way street, right? But we're just saying that we miss our family, and life is going on without us. But we also have to understand and realize that the family up there and whatnot, everywhere else, they feel the same way with us being over here. So I think we're understanding and accepting that that's what the terms are, right? And it's not that we're not with them in love and in spirit or whatnot, right? And whatever we continue to do, like our future plans that we are planning on, pursuing, right, and pushing forward with. It's not like that. It's our intent to leave them behind either, right? So
no, I've accepted that a long time ago.
It's hard. So that's where it is what it is. We have to look out for us. What's best for us, and so we've had a very good ride, and we're going to continue to ride it, and we're going to do what we do. So it's just, seeing the babies grow up, it's rough, and we miss the siblings, our parents and stuff like that, everybody, all the cousins and all the events and shit like that. But I think the last couple of weeks with us setting some stuff up and just, making plans to move forward with stuff has put a lot of ease at us as well too, and I think it will continue. At least for me, it will.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you? What are some more in-depth shit that's actually, besides your mental health being down, what's you been struggling with?
I think you being completely retired. Not that I don't.
Damn! She said, hey, get your ass up and get some money.
No, it's not that I don't like you being home all the time. I love it. We're able to go do whatever we want to do whenever we want to do it. Not having to worry about any work schedules. But talking with my therapist and thinking back to when I started feeling the way I was feeling, he was like, well, what kind of changed around that time? And I was like, the only thing I can think of is that you retired completely. And again, it's not the fact that you're home. It's, I worry about money. He does not. I mean, he does, but he's the money guy. If he says...
And hear me out. Like, I don't know our account information. She tells me I have a sticky note that I use for my check balances. That's what I use.
A note in his phone, not an actual sticky note. But anyway, he knows how much money we have. I know how much money we have, but it's in multiple accounts. And so when I'm just regularly checking one because that's the main one we're using, and I see this number and it's not where I want it to be or where I think it should be.
It just boils down to... Go ahead, sorry. Finish.
I get stressed out. He says we can do it. I believe him, so I know we can do it. But
we used to be poor.
That just...
I mean, we've been married 20 years, so you guys can do the fucking math, right? I mean, figure out what the fuck I was making. Again, all of my shit's all public fucking knowledge, so figure out what the fuck we was making way back then, and with 2 kids. And then you can figure out what the fuck I'm making now. And so we're good. We can make it. We can make it. But do we want to live the way we're living now, or do we want more? And that's what it is, And there's more to. It's more to it than just money as well, right? So let's not get that fucking twisted. It's the mental aspect of it, the physical health aspect of it, everything, the social aspect of it. Because another thing that we struggle with hugely is, I mean, fuck, our daughter literally laughed in our face when we said it. It was like, we don't have a social life. We don't. And that's where, like, the interaction with the wishing to be closer to family really comes into play because we don't have do you not want a social life?
Well, I'm talking about the family part of it. Like,
I want a social life. I love my family. I can always socialize with my family, especially now because I can tell you all to fuck off Or I fucking love you. Or I can tell you to fuck off, and then I can call you the next day and tell you I love you, right? And I can be around them without, the booze and shit, or with the booze, and not be involved with the booze. So I'm good with that. What about for you? I don't know. Like,
that's why I was saying it's you that you miss the family like that. Like, I don't. I get stressed out, and it just gives me anxiety. So I miss them and love them and miss family functions and all that. But like, if we were there, it's not the booze. It's just, I don't know. I guess I've been used to it just being us for so long, being around.
Now you become a hermit again?
All of them. It's just, it gives me anxiety thinking about being in one room with all of them.
I know that sounds crazy, right? Because we both deal with anxiety, and you guys both see us out and about and doing stuff. But we don't have our social life is us and our kids, which is great. We love it, right? But you also need that adult interaction and stuff. Like, excuse me, has it been 2 weeks now, or a week and a half or so? Last week, or not this. Like, it's been like a week or so. We had some friends come down with their kids, and we spent like a day and a half with them, and it was great because we had a fucking, we had adult conversations, and I'm not saying we don't have adult conversations with our children, we do, right? But it's a little bit different when, you're having an adult conversation with a teenager versus adult conversation that's somebody your age or around your age. So it was just like, the conversations that we had just opened our eyes up a little bit as well, and they have very young children, so it's kind of the roles were reversed as well, where we have children that are, becoming adults. They have children that are still in diapers and stuff like that, and so it's it's a little bit different. They had their fun when they were younger. We're having our fun now, and they're also having fun now, but it's a little bit different how lives play out and stuff like that. So, do we need friends or do we not need friends?
Yes, we do. But I don't know how I'm going to find mine.
Through me. Oh.
If you go back to work, you make your friends, and you got your friends. I don't know how I would get mine. Anyway. So, how did you know that there's something off with me?
Your mood. I mean, I always asked you what's wrong, but it became way too much. I could see it, your thought process. You're mentally just not there, and you're the type to throw it back in my face as far as to like, no, you didn't say it or this or that, and I'm just like, I mean, eventually you're gonna have to fucking catch the fuck on, right? Me saying this multiple times a day or multiple times a week, right? Can't be me every fucking time. I know I got a bad memory, but I don't got that bad of a fucking memory. Especially when I take notes and shit too. So like, that it was your memory, and then the sex drive. Your sex drive wasn't there as well too. So shit was still getting done. And then you can see it in the gym too. Like your emotions through the gym. Like I can tell when you're on, but like your emotions through the gym were not there. I mean, so it was affecting mine, right? You could feel the energy. I'm a very energy person as well, right? So and then eventually you saw it coming, right? So I'm just like, all right, there's another signal, right? So lack of sex, lack of motivation in the gym, forgetful thought process. And again, like I said, your shit is still getting done around the house, right? We're a team, so again, if you're fucking, we have to be 100%. Mm-hmm. We have to be 100%. right? But since we're a team, right? If you're only at fucking 30, I'm gonna pick up 70. But that's how it's always been. When I'm gone, you pick it all up, right? Yeah, there's still stuff that I'm doing financially and, somewhat mentally, writing back and messaging back to you while I was gone during those times and stuff. But like, you picked it up, I pick it up. So, and that's one good thing about the last 5 months is that I have been able to be home and watch the kids. Again, one of us still, yes, the kids are still grown, and they can get up and do everything on their own. But it's a privilege to be able to be home to see them off to school and tell them good morning and we love them and stuff and have a blessed day. So, one of us is always up doing that and stuff like that. So, and 90% of the times it's both of us. But yeah, those were some things that I saw, and I think we've talked about it, right? Mm-hmm. Again, because, yeah, so. What else? What up? You good?
Yeah. I don't know. Did you ever, at any point, think that we were in trouble because of how I was feeling?
No, because I think I'm pretty fucking blunt. And I think I've asked the question like I've asked the question less than a handful of times, but when I ask it, I fucking ask it. I look at you dead in the fucking eyes and I ask you. So no.
I didn't say that you didn't ask me. I'm asking if you thought.
Well, those 2 times or 3 times, yeah, I did. But us having that conversation and discussing it, having a heart-to-heart conversation, with, yes, it's that's why I asked it. But like at the same time, I don't know if it's like I thought we were necessarily in trouble, but I wanted that reassurance for sure. I'll say that's for sure. Again, you know me, I don't believe in divorce. If I want to sleep with somebody else, I'm going to tell you I'm going to want to sleep with somebody else. You've done the same thing. You've said that. We've had that conversation. That's the difference, right? And that's probably the biggest thing that, I mean, we're hashing it out, right? We're discussing it now and we're table talking it now and you look back, right? I think the biggest thing is that it was, we lost the basics, and it's real easy when you've been in a relationship for so long that it seems that, man, we think we're so good, but you're like, well, when did it start struggling for you? Well, when I fucking retired. Well, when did it start struggling for me? Well, let's eat some humble fucking pie. These guys, and I'm gonna eat a very slim humble pie, very slim, because they're gonna try to make me eat the whole pie, and she's gonna tell the kids and shit. But they're like, just wait, you're gonna get bored after summer, or you're not even gonna last the summer. And I did. I lasted the summer. I didn't start getting this itch until after the 3rd month of me being like, all right. And it's not necessarily that I had the itch to get back to work. It was, again, I'm the money guy, right? And to continue to do what we're doing and have the fun and be more financially free, right? It's obvious that I have to get back to work and stuff, right? Money don't just grow on trees, and then, the money we do make, it's the same every month if I'm working or if I'm not working. So we want more, right? So, but I got the itch to start working, and that's where I saw that. So I forgot where I was going with all that.
You were trying to figure out, you were going to say when you thought you were struggling.
Oh, like 3 months in, 4 months in. And then, like I said, now that's what it is. We're doing different stuff. We're figuring stuff out. So What?
That's the summer. The summer ended and
anyways.
you got bored.
But no, it's getting back to the basics. That's what I was sorry. We lost that. We lost the communication aspect of it. Like, and we're right next to each other. We've been right next to each other the last 5 months, right? And we weren't truthfully communicating. And that's where it's at. And that's why it's been so great the last couple weeks. And, because we've realized that, and, we're having those discussions. And it's not necessarily that we weren't having discussions. It's just, we were, I don't know. We were, I guess, mentally just struggling, and we weren't at the basics though. So, but now we're back, and we have plans. We have some goals set, and we're doing a lot fucking better. Oh. What?
Nothing.
What about me? Do you think I'm struggling? Or did you, the last 5 months, 3 months, 2 months, whatever, do you think I was struggling or anything?
I don't know.
I mean, you can be
If
selfish
you
and you
were
can just be like,
actually-
it was it was just all you.
I don't know if you were actually struggling or if I was just in my head and going through my stuff and like I thought you were pulling away. So I don't know if that's me thinking you're struggling or I'm just like, this is what I'm seeing because of how I'm feeling. It just seemed like you were quiet and not wanting to really communicate with me. So I then went and was just quiet right there next to you.
And that's just not communicating because I felt that she was being the quiet one, being the hermit.
But I'd answer his questions.
I wouldn't?
We talked about this, and even, was it this morning I asked you? It was either this morning or yesterday. It was yesterday morning for breakfast. I said, do you want sausage with your eggs? And you're sitting at the table looking at your phone. And I was standing there for a good minute and a half, just staring at you, waiting for you to answer me.
So she's going to use this example after we've said for the last 2 weeks or so we've been doing good.
This is the most recent one.
Because I didn't hear her.
But it's been, that's the kind of thing, like, when in these past few months, it was, I'd ask you a question and you'd be in your phone doing whatever, watching whatever, and I wouldn't get a response. And then I'd ask...
Be distractors.
I'd asked like 2 or 3 times and nothing, and so then I was like, all right. And then I just get on my phone and start playing games or whatever because, yeah, I deleted my apps on my phone, my social media apps, because you would always get on me about always on my phone, so I deleted mine. I needed to separate from that, and also, again, I was just needing a break from everything. I didn't want to be involved in anything, and so...
Which is good, which is alright.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, it's just... You weren't hearing me,
Gosh.
and so...
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
What else? Love
I
you.
don't have anything else. I love you.
You been doing better though?
I think I have.
Us?
Yes.
What's been the switch up for you, or because like I said, for me it's just we've been more communicative.
I think just me talking to my therapist and getting back on hopefully the right medication dosage, and I don't know. Still not 100% sure that this is the right meds, so we'll find out in a couple months.
Have you talked to your therapist about the lack of social life yet, or no?
I think I've mentioned it.
They aren't too worried about that.
Right now, we're
because I'm not trying to dive personal into your shit, right? But I guess we kind of are, right? So suck it up, buttercup. Love you.
Right now, we've talked about why I think I'm depressed. Like I said, the timeline of when I started feeling this way and what happened.
So has he told you to tell me to go back to work? Sorry, I'm asking a bunch of questions.
No, but I told him what's going on, and he thinks that because of our background and military background that we can for sure handle it. And
well, for real? I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. First question, because I already forgot the first question, but I know you haven't answered it.
I said I don't think that we've gone too much into that. It was
second question.
Trying to figure out my traumas and
Got you.
all of that right now. FYI, it goes back to like being an ACOA, an adult child of an alcoholic. So, yeah.
What does that mean? Adult child.
I'm an adult child of an alcoholic.
Got it.
So there's traits that I have now, and like the way I process and handle things that I thought was just me, and like how I've been in our relationship, but finding out that it's because of how I grew up. So, yeah.
Has he recommended Al-Anon?
No.
He obviously knows you're married to an alcoholic, or at least a recovering alcoholic, right? Mm-hmm. Oh.
And he's mentioned dry drunks with you.
He thinks I'm dry drunk?
One couple things that I've said and like how I interpret whatever, and he mentioned it, and like I was looking it up, and as I'm reading it, I was like, no.
I literally just poured out 2 fucking bottles, or I made you pour it out because I can't stand this. No.
Yeah. So.
Alright. Yeah.
But I mean, the definition from what I looked up is more like once you've recently quit drinking and like wanting it and like craving it, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think how he was meaning it was that you still act like you do, or like you used to do when you were drinking.
I don't believe that either.
Anyway, like I said, I was reading it. I don't agree, but.
Good. I'm good with it. Everybody has opinions just like an asshole, so we're good. He can be either one of the two, or both. But as long as he's working for you and we're working through our shit, we're good. Then I'm happy with him. He can just be a person with an opinion.
Anyway.
What would you recommend to others to try to prevent this, or at least not necessarily prevent it, but say it's in a very early, like, couple days or week, right, or 2 at tops? What would you have done different, or tried to change it up to fucking, snap back in, because I don't want people to get the is that right word, conception. I don't want them to think that like sex was not it. Sex was not the answer. For us, it was truthfully, in my opinion, she needed to speak to somebody, and then after that, we needed to have a truthful conversation about what it was that was hindering us at the moment. So
I don't know, because like I said, when I was just a week into how I was actually feeling, I didn't really know or think anything was going on. So it took me like 2.5 months to realize that
something was up.
Yeah. But I guess when I was not getting my questions answered, I could have just went like this and put your phone down.
Damn.
Got in your face and
hey,
like, I asked you a question. Are you gonna answer me?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we'd be like, oh, what was it? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I said it 3 times. I don't remember what it was.
Smart ass.
But that's me. I asked you 3 times, you didn't answer me. I don't like confrontation, so I'm just gonna let it go.
Do you want breakfast? Do you want breakfast? Do you want breakfast? Do you want breakfast?
Oh.
Yes, gosh, sorry, I didn't hear you the first time. What do you mean the 3 times? Sheesh. No
and
sauce.
then I get yelled at. Why are you yelling at me? You don't have to yell. You didn't hear me the first 3 times I asked, and I went up in level each time. Because I was like, oh wait, does he have his hearing aid in? Can he hear me?
That does. You excited for the next couple months?
Yes and no.
Fuck you. Woman, you better fucking piss or get off the fucking pot.
My toothbrush is gonna be lonely. I've already told you that. It's just gonna take some getting used to. Again.
Short time.
I know we can do it. It's just we gotta get into our routine.
And remember what my guy said, Mr. Bill. You having a day? Come on. Move it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or if you can't, call me. I'll move it.
We'll see.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be too easy. So, some changes coming up. Potentially. If all goes well and God has his own plan, so that's what we're doing. We're following it, and this is what was put in front of us at the moment, and it'll be a blessing. Plain and simple, right? So, and we just gotta continue to talk, and if it doesn't seem like we're talking enough, then talk some fucking more and be more explainful, right, of what it is that's actually fucking going on. And so I can be more receptive and you can be more receptive, because maybe I'm not understanding what it is you're saying at the time. And the same thing with you, with me trying to explain something. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's it? You got anything else?
No.
No? Well, I think people got the hint. If not, well, they'll eventually figure it the fuck out. But nothing's set in stone. And again, we're just kind of going with God's plan. And the last few months were definitely a struggle, but being able to work them out together and understand and realize and still realize after 20 years that we have each other's backs, even when our backs feel up against the wall from our own partner. We got this.
You got it.
It's our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're good. Episode 23, probably my second favorite number because MJ, right? But thank you guys, and stay tuned. We will be kicking it back off again because that's what we told you guys we would do. So stay tuned. All right. Nothing but peace, love, and happiness. Y'all take it easy. Be easy. Stop being greasy.